Welcome, I'm Caren, and thanks for joining me for this restorative yoga sequence for anxiety. First of all, I'm sorry that you're going through this. You're not alone. I certainly have gone through and still go through my own share of overwhelm and anxious feelings. The beauty of restorative yoga is that it meets us where we're at and gives us the tools to enable the body and then the mind to calm down. I invite you to trust the process. The props you may need for this practice include 2 blankets, 2 yoga blocks, 1 bolster, and 2 smaller pillows. We'll begin in reverse shavasana. So grab a couple of blankets and unfold one so that it's about a little square rectangle shape, and you'll place this in the middle of the mat, and this will be for some comfort for your pelvis. And then once you have that one, you'll find the other blanket, unfold that so it's a wide rectangle shape, and we'll fold it, or rather roll it, from one edge and place that behind you. This will be for your ankles. Now lie down with your ankles draped over the blanket behind you and the blanket underneath your pelvis so that you come to rest on your abdomen. Take the palms of the hands to stack face down, elbows wide, and then release the forehead down to the hands. Begin to make any adjustments here so that the hips feel more comfortable, perhaps swaying the hips side to side and widening the feet. Notice the heaviness of your body on the ground. You're welcome to close your eyes or keep them open, gazing into the darkness underneath you toward the floor. And in these first few moments of the practice, feel the full support of the ground. And then feel your abdomen. When you're breathing in and out, notice how it presses against the ground on an inhale, and how it completely softens on an exhale. Allow a smooth cycle of breath to enter the body. Just playing and feeling with the space that's created through the breath at the abdomen. As you begin to accept the hug of the floor beneath you, relax the skin of the face, the neck, arms, whole torso, and legs. Now we transition very slowly, with the body beginning to relax and calm down. Bring just enough effort into your hands. Lift your head and reach the hands by your shoulders. Press up to tabletop, and we'll transition from here into supported child's pose. So take the blanket off of the space in front of you, and the blanket that's behind you will now go to drape around the hips. This pose might look different for you than me, so I invite you to find what works for you. For myself, I'll take a bolster and 2 of my yoga blocks, and I'll make a ramp with my bolster. So I'll place the blocks here at the end of the bolster so that the bolster is ramped up toward my head, and then scoot up so that the knees are surrounding the bolster and the bolster starts to come in toward the pelvis. And then you might enjoy grabbing 1 or 2 pillows. One maybe for the abdomen, another perhaps for the head. Build up this space to meet you however it's most comfortable. So finally, as you find your height and you lower your chest down to the props, notice what feels most supportive. You could take one of your cheeks to the support and rest your arms alongside. And you're welcome to close the eyes here once you get settled in and you feel yourself hugging the props lightly and the props supporting you. And then begin to melt the body even more. Release the grip of the hands and the feet. And allow the whole upper body to become heavier into the support of whatever's beneath you. Simply begin to melt into the relaxation that's created by having support for yourself. Know that in this moment, there is nothing else to do. Just to become heavier through your physical body. And to notice every once in a while the body breathing. You might enjoy making bigger breaths in and out through the nose. Or just let the body return to a natural rhythm of breath. If you'd like to turn your other cheek to the support, do so at this time, or remain exactly as you are. to transition out of the posture. First, turn your forehead or chin back to the center line. And then press into your hands and very gently lift your torso upright. We'll set anything that's immediately in our way off to the side and come back into a tabletop position so that you can stretch one of your legs behind you, followed by the next. Lengthen out through the knees. And now swing around to have a seat. And we'll likely use what's in front of us for our supported seated forward bend, but just place it on top of the legs. So you're welcome to just lift up the props as you send your legs long. Bring the legs close toward one another, and then rebuild whatever prop structure you had so that as you come down for a forward bend, you find the same sort of support for your abdomen. You're welcome to bring the blanket around the back body one more time. Tuck it into the hip creases to stay warm. And once you've found your setup, I'll place another pillow here so that this time when I rest my head, I can still breathe. That's an option for you as well. So when you're ready and you have your setup, soften through your feet and your arms, relax them by your sides, and then give your body over to the fold. Check back in with yourself. Relax any tension in the kneecaps and the ankles. And allow the spine to curl here. Feel the soft connection of the body against the ground, and how it almost starts to feel as if you're sinking into the floor. Relax the muscles of your face. And with every exhale, melt your body more completely into your support.
If you haven't already, notice the places in the body that have started to yield to gravity. Notice the opening that stillness can create. In your awareness, find your hands and add just enough pressure on your next inhale to plant into the hands and to walk the hands back toward you, taking the chest upright. Take a moment to savor that sensation in the back body and the front body. And then move the props that you have on top of you to the side. And we'll transition into supported bridge. So find your bolster and place that underneath your knees. And then scoot forward and have a seat on that bolster. And you'll turn around and we'll take one blanket for the head and possibly another blanket to drape over your abdomen. So as you find yourself seated on the bolster, we will lower onto the back body and very carefully adjust the bolster so that it arrives somewhere between the lowest part of the glutes and the lower back so that you feel completely supported here at the abdomen. Then take the blanket, if you've got it, for your abdomen and place that there now. A little extra warmth and heaviness across the abdomen. Now from here, reach behind you for the blanket underneath your head and roll just enough so that the neck is supported. Once you've come to this space, separate the feet about hip distance apart, maybe even wider so that the knees can knock together. And then rest your arms wide by your sides into a V shape. Ensure that the legs can hold themselves up with very minimal effort from you. And find yourself relaxing your low back even more into the bolster. Get heavier through the pelvis. Heavier through the rib cage. Allow the whole head and neck to feel as if it's sinking inward to the floor. The whole back body heavy. Expand the belly with breath on your next inhale. And let a soft sigh arrive on the exhale. We'll press into the feet, move into the hands. Begin to open the eyes so that we can transition into our final Shavasana. Take the bolster underneath the hips, lift the hips just enough and slide the bolster forward. Drop the hips to the ground and the bolster will then come underneath the knees. Relax the blanket again over top of the abdomen and find the head supported once more by the blanket underneath it. Let your arms come out to the sides, knees splay, feet splay. Readjust as necessary so that you can become a little bit more comfortable than before. And now that you've arrived in Shavasana, notice the difference in the body since when you began this practice, if there is a difference. One more time, soften the entire face, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet. You are completely held by the ground, completely relaxed in the body. Allow yourself to rest, to receive relaxation and rejuvenation. To let this be the only thing that you do at this moment in time. Take a deeper breath in and a deeper breath out. As you awaken, perhaps make a commitment to carry this relaxation with you long after this practice is complete. And when you feel ready, begin to bring movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. If you like, stretch the arms overhead, a full body stretch to awaken. And eventually, draw the knees inward and drop the knees to one side, curling up into a ball. As you invite the light back into your eyes, press up slowly to a comfortable seat. Arrange yourself so that you can sit comfortably for a moment. Take your hands together at your heart center. Bow your chin toward your chest in acknowledgement that you are not your anxiety and that you have the power to change it. If you like this practice, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Thank you so much for your presence. Namaste.